So this Mordecai, he didn't go into his prayer closet and cry. He didn't go home and cry. He didn't go into his office at the job and cry. He went into the middle of the city and tore his clothes, put on sackcloth and ashes, and began to weep for all to see. And I want to bring to your attention this, and this is my first point. If we are going to survive as a team in 2023, we have to be willing to be vulnerably emotional with one another. If we are going to survive as a team in 2023, we have to be willing to be vulnerably emotional with one another. The text states that he went into the middle of the city and cried out. Watch this. He was emotional, but he wasn't irrational. Did you hear me? He was emotional, but he wasn't irrational. Watch this. How do I know? The second verse tells us. It says, he went only as far as the king's gate, since the law prohibited anyone wearing sackcloth from entering the king's gate. So he was emotional, but he wasn't crazy. Did you know you could do that? You could be emotional and still in your right mind. You see what I'm saying? Like windows don't got to get broke. Did anybody know that? Like anger can exist, emotions can exist. That's right, baby. Anger can exist, and things don't got to get thrown across the house. Right? Like there can be turmoil, but I can still have control of my emotions. Because he knew if I cross the king's gate, then my life is gone. So I'm emotional right now, but I ain't going to cross the king's gate because that's just going to give me a whole nother situation I got to deal with. So let me have control of my emotions before my emotions cause me to become irrational. You follow me? So watch this. He was emotional, expressing a human feeling, but he didn't allow his feelings feelings that started to cause his thinking to stop. So what am I saying? Everybody saw him. So what I'm saying is, it's okay to share our emotions with those around us. It's okay. We don't have to bottle up our emotions. Let 2022 be the last year that we have bottled up emotions. I don't want you to take any bottled up emotions into 2023. I want you to feel free with sharing your emotions with one another. You feel me? But watch this. Watch this. This is important. We can't have a habit of dropping people when they become transparent with us and show us an emotion that we've never seen them have before. Did you hear what I said? We can't be in a habit of dropping people when they become transparent with us and show us an emotion that we've never seen from them before. Now, I'm not talking about self-destructive and harmful emotions, but oftentimes when people act outside of the box that we have mentally enslaved them to in our own minds, we become frustrated with them for merely expressing who they are in a new way to us, but it's consistent behavior for them. So watch this. Just because you haven't seen the emotion yet doesn't mean that emotion is not consistent with that person's character. Did you hear what I just said? Just because it's a new emotion to you doesn't mean it's a new emotion to that person. Just because you're seeing it for the first time doesn't mean that emotion is not part of that person's character. He picking this up. Amen.